support from the bowler or even the wicket keeper. Making a comeback in 2025, Brendan Taylor, after about 4 years. Slightly down leg side. This time he gets back. Somewhat a bottom edge and a very good over. He wants to. I think they have him. I think he's short. A good throw from Babar Azam in the deep.
We have an umpire review for run.
Yeah, he wanted to have one more of the throw, but the throw was too good. Let's have a look.
He looked short. Yeah, he looked short. Babar gets a good throwing to get Taylor. Few dots and he was desperate to try and get a move on. Brendan Taylor makes the walk back to the pavilion. Run out for 14. Zimbabwe are now 91 for 2. Ryan Ball, left-hander, 31-year-old, he can strike a ball. He's come ahead of Zimbabwe's captain, Sikandar Raza, probably just to maintain that left-hand, right-hand combination.
Yes, Sikandar Raza of late has given himself a role of finisher. And that's why he asked Burl to go out there and maintain that run rate they have achieved so far. Pakistan making a comeback into the team by picking up these 2 wickets. They'll be able to quieten things for a little while. Another wicket here can be handy. And talk about that run out, Russell. Whenever there is a bit of moisture available, the board skids off the surface. And Babar showed a lot of game awareness by throwing the ball on the bounce to the wicketkeeper. And it travelled. Beat Taylor with that throw.
Well bowled, Nawada. Well bowled.
Mohammad Nawaz been good into the 3rd over, drawing up the runs. There you go, flat into the turf and a perfect throw. Now, from Taylor's point of view, that was a heavy turn at the other end, the non-striker's end. It was not an in-out motion. Probably that would have saved him. He's carved it nicely. Shah work to do, does it well, gets closer to another half century. Brian Bennett, he's been very consistent throughout this year. I remember he made a 94 in Harare when Sri Lanka were there. Then the the African qualifiers, he got 100 against Tanzania. That's his only 100, couple of 50s there.
Yeah, he's talked about and is rated highly in Zimbabwe. is prolific. He bats with intent. A bottom-handed player. And that's why we see him hitting the ball so often. Square of the wicket on the offside.
Not pretty. Not at all pretty, but effective. He's got a plan. Everyone going for plenty. Mohammad Nawaz. How refreshing has his spell been? The only wicket taker. The other one was run out. Oh. First ball he faces has a wild hike. Well, 12 gone, 94 for 2.
Yeah, he's getting some perches off the surface. A hint of turn, and also that turn is accentuated with the bounce. A good opening partnership. Once it was broken, control is with Pakistan at the moment now.
He slowed up, Brian Bennett. Wickets falling, the spinners coming in and asserting themselves. Oh, he's chipped it back. That's the third wicket. Such a soft dismissal.
Yeah, he remained off strike for a little while. He was going great gun, and suddenly momentum changed, and that ball gripped. Didn't spot that leg spinner from Saim Ayub offered an easy catch, return catch. Didn't make any mistake. Pakistan back in this game. They have gotten rid of Danger Man for 49. It's 94 for 3.
Zimbabwe's captain. Best of 133, Bill. He's got a job to do, and this is the last thing you want as a batting team. 2 new batters, both on 0. Suddenly the game changing. Last 14 balls, just the 7 runs, including this, make that 8.
Yeah, Russell, this is the beauty of this format. Things can change in a jiffy. Yeah, couldn't get to the pitch of the ball, and then that ball gripped in the surface. Wasn't in control. Had to walk back.
What should the target be, Amir?
Well, they were in a position to go beyond 170. If, only if, Sikandar Raza manages to contribute heavily, then they have a chance to score 180. If it doesn't happen for Zimbabwe, they'll have to be content with 160.
First over expensive. Went for 17, but since then, bowling in tandem with Nawaz. Now you'd have to say Pakistan back on top. The run rate's dropped to about 7.5, 170. Pakistan will be very confident in chasing down.
Yeah, that has become a norm for Pakistan. A spinners giving control to the captain by picking up wickets. I think the new ball has to be used in a proper manner by the Pakistani fast bowlers. A bit of grip for Saim Ayub. Good over. A wicket for him. It's 98 for 3.
Was on 49, searching for his 50th run. Brian Bennett looking to just chip it towards mid-on, but the ball gripped. A bit of leg break on it, ends up chipping it back to Saim Ayub. Good opening partnership. 72, now in a bit of trouble. Mohammad Nawaz looking to bowl out at least a couple here. All the hundreds on the board.
Yes, he has come out to bat with an intent, but he needs to be intelligent about it. He's trying to bludgeon the ball. Should look to time the ball rather than bludgeoning it.
No boundary for 25 balls in T20 cricket. That's a long, long time.
No clue whatsoever. He's finding it very difficult to deal with Nawaz's deliveries. Now once again, change the line further away from the off stump.
Just a 9th consecutive over of spin. Hit hard. Can't beat mid-off. Always a nice moment. The Vigotel smartphone. And a crowd selfie moment. We love our selfies. Three balls remaining in Mohammad Nawaz's spell. Got the breakthrough, tried up the run and changed the game. Doesn't look like he does much, but subtle variations, change in pace, angle. Probably things like a bat, and hence makes those adjustments effectively.
It's a challenge, isn't it? How to psych out a bowler if you're a batsman. And it's vice versa. If you stay one step ahead, you gain.
Black bats it. Skids away for 4.
Yeah, he has tried his luck so many times so far in this innings, which is of 7 deliveries, and finally was able to get bat on ball. The reason why he was able to execute that stroke because the length was dragged by the left armer Nawaz.
29 balls, so that's 5 overs since the last boundary, and that was the first boundary of Mohammad Nawaz. That's high. Babar Azam. He's underneath it. Takes it. Ryan Burr goes.
Yeah, Nawaz realized after getting hit that he needs to pitch the ball up to the left-hander and away from the off stump, and got the desired result. Forced the batter to top edge that one, and things were spruced up by.
सीखो, ऐप डाउनलोड करो, स्टेप समझो और घर बैठे ही ऑनलाइन ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस बना लो। इंस्टॉल नाउ पे क्लिक करो और अभी सीखो, ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
And it's wicket number 4 in shape of Ryan Burl. He goes for 8, and it's 106 for 4.
losing their way, Zimbabwe. Wickets have started to fall. The choke is on from Pakistan's point of view. Abrar is back into the attack. Mohammad Nawaz, 4 overs, 2 for 22. We mentioned those variations and changes that he does make. Look how wide he bowls this, knowing Brian Burl's going to come at him, drags it from outside off stump.
And how about that take by Babar Azam? He's peeled on the ball. And camped underneath it quite nicely. And after taking that one, he looked relieved.
Munyanga's off the mark. Well, they're facing a massive challenge out there now, the Zimbabwe batters.
After that good start, Zimbabwe went after the Pakistani bowlers to be able to get close to 200 runs, and that's where they faltered. Yes, if they're looking to try to go for it, kids, they should have held back and batted intelligently. But now the control is definitely with the Pakistani team. Spinners once again coming for the rescue.
Challenges everywhere though in the crowd. The KFC the bucket challenge, and the winner will get KFC finger licking good prices. Young Zimbabwe cricketers came to Lahore Qalandar's High Performance Centre in 2024. Spent 4 months here. One of them is Tony Munyong. Lahore, 4-hour drive from here.
Of Lahore Qalandars for a long time. Very influence, couple of wins for Lahore Qalandar in PSL. Nelson's on the board for the loss of 4 wickets, Zimbabwe.
To go. Oh, hurry back. Hurry back. Oh, dear. I don't know that he got back there. Munyonga sets off and then had to do a big circle to get back. Short of his ground, a long way short of his ground. Munyonga, eager to just get the strike rotated, get Raza on strike, and it's led to his downfall. Gone for 3. Zimbabwe 112 for 5 now.
1
mark straight away. Tashinga Msekiwa, only 25. Any youngsters in this setup? Shot. That's really well played. And he decides, well, I'll just help that on its way. Sikandar Raza, and he has to come to the party here to repair the damage that has happened in the last little while.
Yeah, he remains calm in a turbulent situation, clearing front leg and hitting it straight, absolutely straight. Couple of bounces and it went over the rope. A strong hitter, strong striker, mentally very strong as well.
Yeah, 27 for 4 in the last 30 balls, and that's including that 4 as well. And having had that great start, they've fallen apart here and really failed to make use of the start.
There is a problem at times with some of the you've got to call them winners in terms of rankings and all, Zimbabwe, because they play the first part quite cleverly and then lose the plot in the last few overs. And we know, I mean, there was never a single, and it took a lot of time really to get back. By that time, it was all over for him. So you got to be really good at the finishing line on when you're nearing the finishing line. Not the first part, but the second part is as important with the bat. 119 for 5.
I think it's an issue of experience, Rambo. The first part is quite comfortable in terms of planning, and we were sitting together in those first 6 overs when I was saying it isn't just about taking those men on. It isn't just about reckless trying to whack it out the park. There is a way in which you play the middle part to still keep the pressure on your opposition and then look to then capitalize right at the back end. Oh yeah! Bowled him! Didn't pick it at all. And straight through, crushing into the stumps. Another one down.
As another example of inexperience, another example of you've got to be cleverer than this to bat well in the middle phase of the innings. The middle order has caved in. Nowhere near the ball, missed it completely, and he castled him. Could only get 2. Tashinga and Zimbabwe reeling now, 119 for 6.
Brett Evans walks out to the middle. I've snuck one there. Hasn't gone anywhere, and bowler unable to stop that single. Really, it's going to be about Raza on strike, because at the other end, seemingly unable to pick what Abra is serving up. Sekiwa certainly didn't pick that. It's a wonderful comeback if you're Pakistan. They'd have been worried somewhat with Zimbabwe 91 for 1.
I mean, why would you want to make room and hit with a crooked angle of the bat? He was never in against Abrar. But Zimbabwe have got a great sample in Raza. How he bats in T20 is very clever. faces the innings so well. So you got to learn from how he bats in the middle overs. The whole idea of playing the 39-year-olds, Pommy, talking off air, is to make sure that they played the middle phase cleverly.
Yeah, the assumption would be that they would have the experience and therefore would be able to navigate that part quite well, especially if you get a really good start.
तैयार हो जाइए एक योद्धा की लड़ाई देखने के लिए, अपनी बहन की इज्जत बचाने के लिए.
Go now and get the insurance you need on your fingertips.
Yeah, good call now. 17 done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And also once you lose your way, it's very difficult. Inexperienced teams, you look at that middle part there, great first 6, and then once the wickets start to fall, difficult to get any sort of flow and to build to a crescendo, which is what you want. So couldn't use those first 6, almost had to start again. What I was saying before, Rambo, is it's a good pitch. Make your calculation. How many do you need from here? And then play it accordingly from there. So that at the back end, last 5, last 4, you then can launch. But you need somebody who's in to be able to do that. To allow a team to continue to take wickets, then it's a struggle because you're short of batters. Shaheen back.
It wasn't a lot of pressure to hit the long ball. Just basic batting was needed without losing a lot of wickets.
The test always for teams that turn up or that are not from this part of the world is how do you play the spinners? And what is it that you have as a game plan? Are you willing to stick to it even if the pressure amps up?
A short selection, the running between the wickets, you can point a finger at a couple of points. Going smoothly and losing wickets, and now in danger of being bowled out. That's the worst thing that can happen to a batting side. The last 3 or 4 overs, we are looking to survive. And Pakistan have earned that right to push them on the back foot. Yes, the fans love it. Pakistan's #1 brand. A Palti moment. You've been in the corner as well, Tom.
Need that corner, it's gold. It's been a procession.
Shot like that. You've just come in, and your role has had to be to partner Raza to get some runs and to be engaged in a partnership. A very, very soft dismissal. Shamshah Afridi amongst wickets. His first. Brad Evans, only 2. He got off 5, 1, 2, 5 for 7.
Tino Maposa. And the cipher is going swimmingly there. And really good by Marumani and of some support. It's a 10th they've failed here because too many wickets. They've lost 7 for 53.
He needs to be the savior, the James Bond, as he was for Columbus. Got 22 of 7 balls to win them the championship. After having played a test match, to travel about for 2 days and change gear and become a 20 hero. Landed 10 minutes before the final. 2 is the call, and you can make out why he's so good. The placement, the power hitting, the common sense, it's all on view here. 1 to 8 for 7.
Too often you'd say that it's up to Raza, and you don't want to become a team like that. Yes, you have a good player in your side and your mids, you want to give him every opportunity, and if he does it every time, great, but there've got to be others who do it as well. I mean, you look at that as a procession, that fall of wickets. There's the start, Bennett and Marumani, a really good start, and just needed some sensible batting. The likes of Taylor and Burl, the expectation is that they'd play the middle and kind of pace themselves correctly. Yeah, but failed the spin test. There's Mirza. Good crowding field. Number 9 in, the offside as well in. Trying to make sure that he can't easily get off strike. Maposa. They'll feel they've been kind of let off a little bit, the Pakistani bowlers, because with that first 6 overs, it looked like they were well under pressure and needed to respond, and their spinners brought them well into it. Bowling! A wild swing in a different plane to where the ball was, and that crashes into off stump.
He almost played a perfect shot when he was dismissed. That shadow practice of playing with a straight blade is what was needed on that occasion. Going across the line, and it did not make matters happy for Zimbabwe. They slumped further. Lost another 8 down now for 1 to 8.
Walks out to the middle. Zimbabwe 128 for 8. Nicely played. Off the mark, straight away. Yeah, Sikandar Raza has been itching to get the strike, and it's been a procession of wickets, but you watch and in the distance there, watch him and watch his reaction. So frustrated by the fact that what should be happening is give me the strike, let me have a go, can't keep just losing wickets, and he can't go to work without the strike.
It's very poor batting actually. He needs to be on strike for maximum number of deliveries in the last, well, it's 1 over and 2 balls. And what happens when he's been denied the strike? He goes off boil a little.
Or gets even more adventurous because looking to do as much as he can, sometimes too much with the strike that he gets. You need help from your friends at the other end. They need to work together. The method here tonight certainly has been to look to be positive, but not quite execute, not at all. Executed in the right way. That'll be wide. Yeah, Mirza trying to just get out of the arc of Sikandar Raza.
Khan, buckle up. We've seen some brilliant partnerships on the field, but this one, Fawad Khan and Mahira Khan in Nilofer, is pure gold. Catch it in cinemas all across the country on 28th November this year.
Didn't quite come out the middle of the bat, but it struck well enough. And away it goes for 4. First boundary in 20 balls. Much needed by Zimbabwe.
Chalk and cheese. It's like a thorough.
क्यूट से वॉल को बाय करने के लिए फॉलो करके मुझे कमेंट कर देना, लिंक में शेयर कर दूंगी.
Really, that's the kind of standard we're talking about. Raza, they're using the angle, the left arm angle so well and lifting it so sweetly. Playing the field, using the angle, a boundary after 20 balls.
One ball to go in the over. And yes, he's rocking a hard place. They need the runs, but he also needs the strike for the final one. So just guides that and he'll take 1. 19 done, 135 for 8. Hustle and bustle of the capital city. Final over then. Raza on strike, 22. Here's Shaheen. Shot. Oh, wonderful. Fine leg up in the circle and he just gets out the way with his legs across to the offside and it helps it on its way.
Twinkle feet, beautifully in position to play that flick. Lovely piece of timing and once again the placement. And this mayhem is played a blinder really. Only 26 but off 19 balls and some of the shots have made a lot of sense.
A class player. I don't know if you heard him, wherever you're listening to us from. No, Raza was the shout straight away as he tried to swat that to the onside. Good thinking though by Shaheen, took all the pace off it. Good dot for Shaheen. Yep, slow again. And he'll get another dot because he'll want to keep the strike.
Here's Bank Alfla. 1100 plus branches. Open your current account from nearest branch, Pommy, to enjoy various free services and earn Orbit rewards by maintaining or growing your balance.
As long as you put something in there, Rambo.
You'll get plenty from the production team. Don't worry about it.
Off the bottom of the bat. Oh dear. Didn't quite judge it, Salman. Able to get back for two. It's come right off the top of the bat.
Just a little bit casual in approaching that catch. Maybe misread the flight. Would have been a wonderful catch. A couple of runs, so the strike is back with Sikandar.
Oh, wow. What a shot that is. Use of the feet and then the crack of the blade. And it's gone all the way for six. Sikandar Raza.
Second six of the innings, and what a beauty. It had everything, use of the feet, and then a little pause and lifting the ball effortlessly to miss Babar Azam at long on, who's watching this action on the big screen from long on. 84 meters, six.
Final delivery. Dot delivery. Well, ball took all the pace off again. 12 off the last one. And Zimbabwe end 147 for 8 of their 20 overs. Having put 72 on for the first wicket, they'll feel that they should have got a lot more. They'll be happy with the little flourish from Raza. Question is it enough? We feel it's light. It's been a good pitch.
And I'll have to pick 5 wickets also. He's a tremendous all-round cricketer. Last 2 overs, 19 runs for Zimbabwe, courtesy Sikandar. And in those 2 overs, we saw everything regarding